sunshine. Sip from my rainbow, deliciously mango. I think it's a syndrome, got me so windblown. Show me the door, how far can you fall? Freedom in galaxies, packed out by fantasy.
I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller, and this is Romancing Me Pescatarian Style.
And blue with blessings, blessings, blessings for me. This is reality, I'm living my dreams.
Hey, this is Sandra Sandy Schneller, another episode of Romancing Me PS. What are you eating? Oh, we are doing it, baby. We are doing it tonight with our oh so good honey glazed shrimp. Oh, baby, with the side of, actually it's going to be sitting on a bed of creamy garlic, and I mean creamy garlic grits. Oh, yeah. Topping it off with a side of baguette rosemary bread. Cheers to you. Let's get cooking. Okay, we're gonna start out with a half a pound of shrimp, and these are large shrimp, as you can see. I have them here just cleaned, and they're deveined, of course. I'm gonna glove my hand because, you know, I don't like to get all the messiness all over my fingers when I'm gonna be actually squishing the seasoning on top of it. And that seasoning is, we have a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper here. Yeah, I like to grind it myself, and then put it in the, it's fresher, it's like, it's more potent in a sense when you grind it yourself and just freshly put it on your foods. And I'm gonna go ahead and add also a 1/2 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour that on and mix it on really well. That's why I have my gloved hand. That's gonna help me do a really good job. Oh yeah, and then we're gonna just put these in the pan. But before we do that, we're gonna go on over and start the grits. We have the water boiling. Let's go on over. Okay, as you can see, our water is just about to begin to do a rapid boil. And we're gonna go ahead and add a teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon, I should say, of Himalayan salt. That's a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And it brings it up to a, you know, a luscious boil. And I have here 1½ cups of old-fashioned grits. We want the old-fashioned and not the 5-minute one, because we need to let this cook a little bit longer with the creaminess in it. And I'm going to show you what that creaminess will make it, that secret ingredient. Let's go ahead and just add the grits slowly. You don't want to add them all at one time. You're stirring with a whole spoon. Look, the spoon has holes in it. I don't know what they call these, a correct term for them, but it's a whole spoon with holes in it. Okay, so we're going to give that a nice vigorous stir as we're adding it slowly. And I'm going to go ahead and reduce the heat to low, actually. We don't want it to cook too fast. Oh, and it's popping too. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the grits rather quickly, stirring them in. And we may have to add a little bit more water along the way. It just depends on the consistency of it once we add our secret ingredient. So we're gonna let this cook a little bit. I turn the temperature down to very low. And we'll be back in a minute. Now I went ahead and I added an additional cup of water because I didn't want it to be too thick as we add other ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of butter right now as well. And I'm going to whisk that in. We'll stir it in vigorously, I guess. Okay, let's kind of whip that a little bit. And I'm going to now add that secret ingredient. The grits have been cooking for about 3-4 minutes. And that secret ingredient is, voila, whipping cream. You will get great grits every time with whipping cream. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Oh, it makes it so creamy. And we're gonna let it cook, simmer again for another minute. Oh, you're going to think, oh my goodness, what is this ingredient that is making the grits? Well, others will think it that you will know, but others will think, what is the ingredient that's making the grits so creamy? And that ingredient definitely is the whipping cream. I put a 1/4 cup in the grits and stir it very well. Now I'm going to remove the grits and put them on the side for about on low on another burner for about a minute, covered. Let's go ahead and cover that. Hey, cheers to you. We're now going to prepare our garlic. Just 2 large cloves of garlic. I'm gonna put these, they're not chopped or pretty much of anything, but I'm gonna put them in a smoothie blender cup, and we're going to blend these with 2 tablespoons of water. We'll add. You gotta have a little water in the blender cup. It's gonna be bon appetit. Okay, now that our garlic now here is ready, I'm just gonna pour it in the grits. Try to get all of it out of here. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna make for some wonderful, creamy garlic grits. If you haven't had garlic grits, oh, it's about time you start. Once you start having garlic grits, you're gonna always want them. So we're gonna stir in the garlic really well. I'm gonna go ahead and add another 1/4 teaspoon actually of salt, and that's Himalayan salt that I use. And I'm gonna also add some more butter. I'm gonna add another 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Oh, it's just so yummy. And with the shrimp, it makes for a wonderful breakfast, brunch, or dinner. So I'm gonna stir that in very nicely, the garlic and the added butter and salt. I'm gonna add like an 1/8 of a cup more of whipping cream to have them even more creamier and smooth. That's the secret ingredient. When you add whipping cream to your grits, they'll come out perfect every time. Now these grits are definitely ready. Oh, they are so creamy and garlicky. Okay, we're gonna get started with our shrimp now as well. I have a tablespoon of avocado oil. You can also use olive oil if you like. It's a tablespoon of avocado oil, and we're also going to add a 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Now I use grass-fed cow butter whenever I'm cooking, and because that's a very high quality of butter to use. That means the cows were only fed grass, they were vegetarians. And that's what we like to use. That's kind of the kind of fed cows that I prefer to use. From their butter, actually. This is a 1/2 pound of large shrimp. They've been marinating actually in oat-based seasoning, Himalayan salt, and ground black pepper. You can just check out the measurements of it in the beginning of the episode. You only want to cook the shrimp for 2 minutes aside. Otherwise, they, can start becoming rubbery. And we don't want to do that. So we're just going to let these simmer for a couple of minutes on this side. Okay, the shrimp should be ready to flip now. Let me get some tongs so I can flip them quicker. Yeah, they're nicely cooked. You want them to have just nice succulence with all the juiciness in them, with the seasonings that will be added. The Old Bay seasoning will definitely prevent it from having that fishy taste. Although I'm a pescatarian, I do not like to bite into fish or seafood that has that fishy taste going on. Okay, now that we flipped it, we're going to reduce our heat to medium. It was on medium high. And for that purpose, we're going to now add our honey. This is 2 tablespoons of raw honey. Oh, and it is so delicious. I got to get another container here to get it out with. Let's see. I'll get this. Okay, I got a spoon that can help. I want to get all of the honey out. Oh, it's going to be delicious. I think we got pretty much all of it out. You got to be careful with that honey because it'll start sticking. And now I'm going to go ahead and add that parsley, fresh. This is fresh organic parsley. I've chopped up about 1/4 of a bunch of parsley that you just get in the produce section of your grocer. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to turn off the burner altogether and just kindly mix it around here. See that? The shrimp and oh, it smells so wonderful. The honey and parsley. Look at that. Yeah. So I'm going to remove that from the burner altogether. We don't want any more heat on the shrimp as we plate it up. Are you ready for the big reveal? You know, I added a little bit more salt in the end, another 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and whipped it into the grits just before plating it. Honey glazed shrimp with creamy garlic grits. Oh, baby. And a side of baguette rosemary warm bread. That's Sandra Sandy Schneller for you. Baby, it smells so good. You gon' get yours. You know how I do it for you. We got to pay homage first. Let me get you together. Oh, yeah. I want to get everything on this plate for you. Yeah. A little piece of bread, too. Here you go. Shrimp. That honey glazed shrimp with the garlic cream grits and rosemary bread right there in the back. You see it? Here, baby. Oh, that's Sandra Sandy Schneller. Oh, we're romancing MEPS, baby. Like, subscribe. Also, share it. Cheers. I know it tastes good. I'm trying to get everything too. Shrimp are cooked just right. Oh, they're so good and succulent. The little sweetness from the honey juices up the shrimp. You got a little taste of that parsley and the creaminess of these grits. Oh my God. With the garlic infused taste. Oh yes. So wonderful. Make sure you tune in again to Romancing Me PS and subscribe. Just subscribe, baby. This is so good.